right, most people drink coffee just to wake up, but what if your coffee could actually fight aging from the inside out? Rejuvenate Coffee isn't just caffeine in a cup, it's actually premium Arabica coffee infused with Cacao G, which is a compound naturally found in your body that plays a key role in energy production. It also has a key role in cellular repair and longevity. Scientists have studied it for its ability to keep your cells powered and support healthier aging. So that means you're not just getting clean, crash-free energy, you're actually giving your body the fuel it needs at the deepest level, which means more focus, better mornings, long-term benefits without changing a single habit, other, of course, than the coffee you already drink every day. So, if you're going to start your day with coffee, make it one that's weaponized against aging. Go to 1775coffee.com/Rav and order Rejuvenate Coffee today. Fuel your body, protect your future, rejuvenate. All right, time to send it over to T. Bates, who rejuvenates us on a daily basis. T. Bates, good morning.
Well, thank you. But after this next story, David, you may just walk off the set because it is just that unbelievable. All right. You are now caffeinated, folks. So it's time to stay awake, not woke. And who's wide awake today? Well, it would be parents in Des Moines, Iowa. Many of them are stunned to learn that their school superintendent is an illegal immigrant with a criminal record. The guy's name is Ian Andre Roberts. That's him right there. He's behind bars, and he had a final deportation order for having a loaded gun, thousands of dollars in cash. But yeah, it gets even worse. His rap sheet runs from drugs to fraud. And yes, he still was able to run a school district as a superintendent. How does that happen, and what does it say about the system meant to protect our kids? Let's bring in Dr. Gina and David to talk a bit more about this. Dave, let me give you first crack at this since we chit-chatted a little bit about this moments ago. I will just add this. The entire HR department needs to be fired. I mean, how does he get through the cracks?
Yeah, so this story absolutely shocked me this morning. I went ahead and read about 3 or 4 articles on this just to kind of understand how in the world this could happen. So what happened, apparently, was the Des Moines school board or the superintendent's office, all of them together, whatever, they hired this JG consulting company. And they left it to the consulting company to figure it out, to do the background check. And so they're blaming the consulting company. As a matter of fact, they're suing right now, the consulting company, over this. Of course, the consulting company is saying, hey, look, we didn't do anything wrong. The guy lied, and, which sounds ridiculous. Anyhow, the point simply is that there's a lot of folks that are actually calling for folks in the Des Moines School Board Society, or whatever they call it over there, the superintendent's office, to be fired over this. This was basically, Gina, a lie for what is it, almost 40 years. He was here since 1994. What is that? That's like 40 years. Is it 40 years? 30 years. I can't remember. Anyway, 30 years. I mean, he was literally lying left and right. And there were all these charges against him as well, which were dropped. Then he married an American citizen. He competed in the Olympics. The whole thing is bizarre. I can't even fathom how this could have gotten through the cracks, but it did.
Perhaps what's most bizarre is that the kids are protesting outside of the schools to have him reinstated.
Yeah, he was beloved there, by the way. We should say.
Exactly. And the other thing that is, I think, really bizarre is the way the left is trying to paint this as, believe it or not, a race thing. I read all about it, didn't look at the pictures, didn't know what color the guy was. I'm just so tired of the race thing. I just think that part of it's unbelievable, too, that they would try to turn this into some sort of race thing. This is not about this. This is about the rule of law.
It's about the rule of law. And in this particular case, it also shows that there are so many failures when it comes to due diligence about a candidate. How does a search firm, first of all, choose someone, or at least typically what happens in these sorts of cases, the search firm gives a school district several candidates to choose from. The school district then typically will interview each candidate and decide based on those interviews. But again, I blame the search firm. How do you bring a candidate to the table without having really done your due diligence and seeing that person's criminal record? And then second, secondly, there's some culpability in my mind on the school board there in Des Moines, Iowa, not having done its own secondary research and an investigation into the candidate. There's so many failures on so many different levels in my mind, guys.
And there's also a policy failure because there is no e-verify system set up there at all. So if there was an e-verify system, they would realize that, well, hold on for a second. You know, there's a lot of issues here, but they would have seen it, but they didn't see it. And so, you know, I've been kind of harping on e-verify for a long time. There are certain states that do it, but it's not universal e-verify. So in other words, if it has to do with the public sector, then some states do e-verify, but if it's a private sector, they don't. Now, in this case, it is public, but there in Iowa, it did not happen. So, I don't know. It's terrible.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have gotten through all the safeguards that should be in place to protect kids and institutions from this sort of thing. I think it's a shame. But that's just my 2 cents, Dr. G, and I guess we'll move on. Coming up, the impact of Charlie Kirk's legacy on faith. How is Elon Musk now getting involved? We'll tell you next here on American Sunrise.